Athens was our first stop on our honeymoon in Greece, and it was a really nice place, although I wish we did speak a bit of Greek because once we got off the plane and got all our luggage and we're headed for the metro trying to get into the city, we did have a bit of a problem with the person sitting at the station for us to get on the metro to buy the tickets. We didn't speak Greek, and I think that kind of offended her, and she was actually quite rude to us. We did end up getting our tickets, but beyond the price, she would give us no information. She was very hostile and did not start our trip off on a great note. However, there's people like that all over the world, I understand, and we just happened to run into one, and I know that doesn't represent people in Greece whatsoever, because other than that, we had a great time. We just stay at the Herodian Hotel. It's not far from the Acropolis. Actually, I think it took us roughly 10 minutes to walk from there to the Acropolis, and about the same to get down to where the main tourist restaurant area is. It was a pretty decent hotel. They had a really nice rooftop patio that had a beautiful view of the Acropolis. It was, however, right beside a school, so if you're trying to enjoy your vacation during school hours and you hit a recess, well, I mean, kids like to play and they play loud on recess. I'm sure you understand. As far as the sights we saw, I am definitely a history buff and I do like ruins and whatnot. I have never been to Rome, so I can't really compare them from that standpoint, but I really did love the Parthenon on the Acropolis. The only problem was it was under construction while we were there, but it still was a really great place to see. I was really happy. We got up there. We actually spent a good portion of the morning there. Prices were decent. Lineups were not too bad. And if you're a student, make sure you take your student card because you will get a discount on pretty much all the attractions as far as ruins go in the city of Athens. Now, the Acropolis Museum, on the other hand, we did go and it was okay, but I kind of felt like there wasn't much there after you've already been to the Parthenon. I mean, there was lots of the same type of ruins there, and if you've been to the Parthenon, I'm not sure it's really worth the money to go to the museum yet. At some point I'm sure it will be, but currently I don't think it is. We also went to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Again, it's a really nice place to go see. I'm glad we went, but there wasn't too much to do other than that, and it was about a half-hour walk from the main tourist restaurant area. We went to see the Temple of the Zeus, the Olympian. It's very large, but it's not one of the higher end kind of ruins. Like, they don't take care of it quite the way they do the Parthenon. And I'm glad we went again, but make sure you don't wear sandals there because they do mow the lawn, but not quite enough. Like, if you were to wear sandals, you might get a spike of grass in the toe or something, and it may not be quite as comfortable as if you were wearing running shoes. We also went to see Hadrian's Arch. I really like the arch. I'm into arch work. I really like stonework and whatnot. And to be there and see that and to see the quality of the craftsmanship and it's still standing, I was really, really impressed. Now, as far as the Plaka, and that's where the main shopping area and restaurant is, if you don't have a map and you fight with your spouse or your significant other when you get lost, I strongly suggest you get a map. We didn't have one. And we do argue, I'll be the first to admit that. We argue quite a bit actually when we get lost, and yeah, we got lost in the Plaka a lot. It's easy to get turned around, the streets are very narrow, and they don't run on a grid pattern the way they would in North America. They veer off into any different direction, and you can get lost so quick, it is ridiculous. The restaurants there, though, were really nice. It's best if you can take cash to the ones along the main strip just by the Acropolis. Mainly because a lot of them are owned by the same person, and if you try to pay with credit card or debit, you actually have to go to a different restaurant because there's only one or two machines along the entire strip. So if you can take cash to pay for your meal, I strongly suggest you do so. All in all, though, we were really happy with Athens. The metro was a great way to get around town, and other than that, we took our running shoes or walking shoes and did a lot of walking and a lot of sightseeing, and it was beautiful. There was a lot of beautiful views. Especially when you get on top of the Acropolis where the Parthenon is and just take a look at around, and you just get a sense of how old the city is and how beautiful it is, and you can see the sea on one side and then all the civilization on the other, and you can just kind of feel like you were there standing in the same spot as people were hundreds of years ago. It's a great feeling and I really suggest you go. Anyhow, that's Athens. Talk to you soon.